How are you, mate?
Gini Wijnaldum! What a guy, man.
So 3 stars of Liverpool's first team with us today as well, in the form of Gini Wijnaldum, Joe Gomez and Andy Robertson. The advice that you get asked for the next generation, football changes all the time, and probably the advice that you were given as a young footballer coming through would be different to the advice that you would give now. But what would you say to a young footballer aspiring to make it to the top?
The most important thing, especially when you're young, is to enjoy playing football. And next to that, it's just to give everything, you know.
The key is to have fun and enjoy what you're doing. Football was a form of expression. When you get on the pitch, just to express yourself and be the best you can be. And
Like for me as kids, the main thing is to have fun and enjoy it. I think pictures that come out of Melwood every day, you still see us with a smile on our face and loving what we do, but we were the exact same as kids, you know. Like Gini said, you get your best out yourself when you're happy and when you've got a smile on your face, and I think that's the most important thing, and then everything else should fall into place.
You don't get success without that, do you? A good environment on a training ground and together as a group of players.
Yeah, you know, I think if you're in a good environment, you want to give that extra step more for your teammates, for the team and everything, because you just want to help each other out and you want to succeed with each other.
How special are those pictures, Gini, the ones that you have taken with the family? And as Robbo says there, you know, when you're alongside your teammates, it's brilliant, but you've got pictures there of your very young family all alongside the trophies. That there'll be things that you treasure forever, that legacy that you've left with your family as well as the football club.
You know, that's the most beautiful thing, I think, for all of the players, that you can share, the things in football with your family. Since I'm playing here, I enjoy playing here with my teammates. The environment is good, the feeling is good, and you know, we're also friends, and I think good friends. And inside the club, we see each other as a family. So when we win something, we have the feeling that we win it as a family, and that gives me, and I think I can speak for all of them, a really good feeling.
Iugis, who's an official partner for Liverpool Football Club, wants to put the lads to a bit more of a sterner test, because we talked about legacy in football. What about legacy in life as well? They're all dads of young kids, and they want to give them an environment that they can work with going forward as well. So let's put them to the test here and start with Robbo on this one. Where does the most food waste come from, do you think?
Honestly, Peter, you leave me to the end with easy questions, and then you fling me in the deep end with the hard questions. Come on, man. I would go hotels. I just think because when you go hotels, sometimes there's like, you know, buffets, stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? And I think maybe a lot of the food waste from there, maybe.
yeah, I reckon Robbo's angle with the buffet is the right approach.
The way Robo was explaining it, it's quite confident. So, I go with Robo myself.
You can see where his logic comes from. Accumulatively, though, the most food waste comes from our homes. Believe it or not, we put more food in the bin in our homes than they do in hotels or restaurants. So we know that it's from homes. How much food in tonnes do you think UK households waste each year? 1 million tonnes, 3 million tonnes, or 7? 1, 3, or 7 million tonnes of food waste coming from our homes each year?
I think
At home, yeah.
7.
I would guess 7. I'd go with Joey. I'd guess the highest amount.
I think it's 7.
You would all be right. You've stuck together so far. You can tell why they're so unified as a team. 7 million tonnes.
Well done, Joey.
Yeah.
Is the right answer. How much did the food waste digester save Liverpool as a football club in tons of food waste in 1 month recently? So This is a massive digestive system that they pour all of the food waste in at the end of whatever it might be, a match or a shift for the chefs. Was it 0.6 tons, 6 tons, or 60 tons?
6.
Anything above 0.6, that's 6. What's that? 600 kilos, no?
Oh, I tell you what.
Good, well done, Joey. Did you Google that?
Hey, I think 0.6. Anything above that, fair play. That's I'll go 0.6.
I think I'm going to go 6. Yeah, I think because the amount of food in a stadium and stuff like that, I think would be big. And then if you're throwing Millwood, I'll go 6.
Point each for Holland and Scotland. 6 tons is the right answer. Right, here's another one on that subject. How many tomatoes are thrown away in the UK every day? Think about the amount of foods and different types of foods you could make with tomatoes. Is it 250,000, 2.5 million, or 1.2 million?
I'll go 1.2 million, I think. You use tomato in a lot, don't you? Like pasta, sauces, pizzas, juice, just salad. Yeah, 1.2.
Yeah, I think I'll go middle ground as well.
I think 1.2 also.
Okay, they've all gone with 1.2 and they would all be correct. Full house.
Exactly.
Away,
Nobody thinks about the tomatoes' feelings, eh?
Name some of the environmental impacts of food waste. What would some of the impacts of food waste be?
Joe, this is you, man.
Yeah, Joey, this is all you, mate.
This is Joe.
I think one of the obvious ones is obviously the damage to wildlife. I think if you look at some of the seas and then the wildlife, the habitat is the sea and water. It's frightening, I think. So just because you can't always see it, I think if you go through some of the seas in England and the water, there's a lot of waste and rubbish in there.
A lot of us maybe take food for granted as well. I think we're in a position that, I think a lot of people maybe throw a lot of food away, and obviously some families aren't as lucky as some to have food on the table. So I think that's one of the biggest impacts.
Yeah, I think even we have it because what Robert just said, we're in a position where we have food every day, and we can buy too much food. I think back in the days when the families didn't have it so good, they have to choose how many food they're gonna cook or how many they're gonna buy.
Yeah, you've done really well there, boys. I tell you what, off the top of your head, fantastic. That's a wrap, yeah. Brilliant that, lads. I know you've had a tough week, so appreciate that. See you tomorrow, pal. See you later, boys.
See you soon, guys.
See you later in training, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.